miss us? Because we kind of missed you. Welcome back to episode 18 of Press Breakers, where UP Power enters the spotlight. I am your co-host, one half of this big shabanga gang. I guess we're going to go with that word. The big dog, Mitch Vosburg. Joining me laughing in the background like he should have is our very own producer, Noah Johnson. Noah, happy Wednesday, my guy. How we feeling today?
I'm feeling good, big dog. Happy Wednesday, and let's get this, what'd you say, bang?
Shabanga bang, shabanga gang, shabanga dang, chicken wing.
Something like that. It's a good week, and excited for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of football stuff to talk about. But I wouldn't be remiss if we started the show off with something a lot of people are excited about. I'm excited about it on the outside. Mentally and physically, I'm screaming internally because it's a 4-month grind. But we got high school basketball season back going again. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, so kick us off, my guy.
So now, y'all heard it, basketball season is here. Boys basketball season started back on Monday. Esky got the first win of the year over Alpena, 57-49.
You got the city right too.
Look at me, getting better, folks.
1 in a row, baby.
So, Big Dog, you were there.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on Esky's win, and how are they looking for the rest of the season?
Okay, so first things first, they were without Cody Noel and Javon Stevenson, who are now going to the third year starting on varsity for him. They're starting center and power forward. They're still dinged up from football season, and their new head coach is not even considered playing them until they're 100% healthy. So that's fair, to say the least. Alpena had a sharpshooter that caught fire early, but two kids I thought really broke out in their first varsity starts. One was sophomore Haven Sandoval Nolde. Hope I said that right. It's a mouthful. Haven Sandoval Nolde. Yeah. He told me after the game, he was kind of nervous, but once his first shot dropped, which happened in the second quarter, he started making plays, starting to do some really good things. He had 15 points and was a big part of that charge, especially with Esky having replaced basically all their guards from last season at graduation. It's not going to be easy. And then one kid who turned on late, who I think is the best name of any athlete in the UP, Taylor Asgard.
Oh, that's a good name.
For Asgard, baby. Yeah, fourth quarter he turned on. He scored their last 8 or 10 points. The other team was 18. Just a really quality rebounder. Really excited to see what he does. But as for the outlook, I think they're going to compete. I don't think they're on the same level as, say, I'm not on the same level as Marquette, Kingsford, or Iron Mountain. Those teams are definitely win now. Everything's going right for them. Esky's got a new coach after replace all their guards. And fortunately, their starting forwards are all back. But the one thing people could ask about is, what's this new coach like? What's this new coach like? Well, his name's Tom Giroux, and I got a chance to sit down and talk to him for 10 minutes last week, and I'm really impressed with him. He has a big emphasis on culture and whatnot that, hell, if I'm being totally honest with you, not every college coach even has. Mm-hmm. He understands, everybody makes the playoffs. These games, as much as you want to win them right now, don't mean much as long as you're playing your best basketball come March. He's getting everybody from this varsity level down to 6th grade level all on board with trying to get better, trying to progress as a program. Very much man-to-man defense, very much open flow kind of offense that the kids be themselves. So yeah, I really like Tom. They're 2-0 right now. They beat the Sioux 47-20 last night, which not very often you can say in football season and basketball season you hold a team to a combined 27 points.
Yeah.
But,
wow.
No, I'm excited for Escanaba. Are they going to be these world beaters? No. But are they going to be competitive and they're going to flirt with the district championship game? Yeah, I think they absolutely could. It's going to be a tough district. It's going to be tough in that Great Northern Conference because, again, Marquette's reloaded. We'll get to that in a little bit. Kingsford's still going to be probably beating Agani by 30 last night. And Menominey's always going to be competitive, always going to find a way to reload. This group of juniors is going to be a really good class. So, the top 3 teams of the UP might be coming out of the same conference, which is kind of fun. But, no, I'm excited for Escanaba, what they do going forward.
Yeah, so congrats to Escanaba again, winning their opener, 57-49 against Alpena. But now moving to the other side of Delta County, Gladstone did not fare as well as Escanaba. They fell to Marquette by 40 points, 76-36. Big Dog, how was your reaction to last night's game? Did it surprise you? And give me your thoughts on Gladstone moving forward.
Honestly, man, it didn't surprise me. It's kind of how I figured it would go. So here's Gladstone's situation. Here's Marquette's situation. Marquette last year had like an 18-game winning streak at one point. They were playing in a district title. Playing in districts, they got a really unlucky break. So normally it goes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday's your quarterfinal. Wednesday's semifinal. Friday is your district title game. Well, that Wednesday at districts, we got a pretty wicked ice storm up here. And I believe it was Gaylor. I believe it was Gaylor had to come up here, but they couldn't do it and travel safely. So that district semi game got pushed back to Thursday, but Traverse City West semifinal game was still played on that Wednesday.
Wow.
So Marquette lobbied to have that district title game play on Saturday. MHSAA said no. Traverse City West went on Wednesday, made it up Thursday night to watch that semifinal game, which Marquette won in overtime. First 3 quarters of the district title game, really competitive, and then fourth quarter, Marquette legitimately ran out of gas. They just had nothing left in the tank, playing back to back like that against 2 really good teams. So, yeah, and Marquette only lost 2 starters from that team last year, and the 3 they got back, and Jacob McPhee, Kyler Sager, and Jackson Jeremiah are going to be Division II and Division III college basketball players. And they're on a mission. Then you gotta look at Gladstone. Gladstone, I check on this because it's a totally different situation than what Marquette's in. Marquette right now is my vote for number 1 in the UP. Gladstone last year, a new coach. By the time middle of December hit, they had like 7, 8 kids left because a couple kids, abandoned ship for whatever reason. Gladstone had a pretty good season last year, relying on 5 seniors and 2 underclassmen that are bench players. Head coach Jay Keesby squeezed everything he could out of them. This was the first game without those 5 seniors. They had sophomore and a freshman starting at guards. Had juniors and 1 senior starting in the forwards and stuff. Yeah, this is a team trying to figure it out. And you're playing against a team out of the gate with your sophomore and freshman guards having to go against a full court press. They trap in the corners with guys who are between 6'2" and 6'6", long, lengthy, and athletic. What do you think's going to happen? I'm sorry, that's not a knock on Gladstone. You have one team that's in win now mode, and you have one team that's trying to rebuild after losing all their starters last year. It wasn't going to go the greatest, especially in November. But I do like Gladstone going forward, though. I think what Keesby's trying to accomplish this year, I know he's going to squeeze everything every kid's got, because he did it last year beautifully. I think right now what he wants to do with those guards is awesome because he gets at least 3 years with that backcourt. What they have this year with juniors and seniors is going to work totally fine. I mean, their schedule's not going to be easy by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to be kind of tough, kind of wicked. But their team, I think, could make a district semifinal game this year. I think the outlook, though, if I had to buy stock in a team in about a year or 2, it would be Gladstone because they have a huge sophomore class. That they're have a lot of kids are in JV, a couple from varsity. That I feel that at least what I hear from sources is kind of this is the next kind of big class they have. Mm-hmm. So I think right now they're just trying to, kind of set that stage, set that tone for when those kids become seniors. It's going to be something really special.
It's growing pains, right?
Exactly, and honestly, it's the same thing they're doing on the girls' side. Last year. The girls' side, we'll talk about next week, went through so much adversity that was not even in their control. Now those kids are sophomores and freshmen or juniors and sophomores. They got a really good season. But, no, Gladstone's outlook, there's growing pains this year. But, I know Jay Keesby pretty well. I know last year he was dealt a pretty tough hand. But he's a guy that's, not going to focus on, the big picture. It's about the kind of little things right now. He told me after the game, yeah, we could look at the big picture and see that we lost by 40, but every basketball game there's 60 to 100 little wars, little fights, little battles. Yeah, we're going to lose some of them, but how many of those are we going to win? The ones we win, cool. The ones we lost, let's go back, look at it, and see how we can win those in the future. It's about growth. It's about getting better, which, again, not every coach is about that. Even at the college level, not every coach is about that. So I like Gladstone's outlook. I just think this year is going to be a growing pain year.
Yeah, well, like you said, growing pains, and but good for. I really like what you were describing with the coach there, and going back and not trying to look at we lost by 40 points, but we can fix these little things here and there. I think that's a great way to coach kids and to not overwhelm them.
Yeah, especially with these young players against that Marquette team that's probably going to win district title and probably get to regional title game. If I had to guess, that's going to be the best team in the UP this year.
Well, you heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
But we will move on from basketball, and with the football and volleyball season coming to a close, or is closed, correct?
Yeah, fall sports are officially done. Well, we got the state title games for 11-player football this weekend. But, yeah.
Well, at the conclusion, the All U.P awards for both football and volleyball are now out, and you can see who won what. Before we go any further, let's take a moment and let's show our love and appreciation to all those who earned awards.
I acknowledge you. There.
You are acknowledged.
There. Congratulations to all.
Big Dog, how'd you vote in those meetings?
So, there's about 18 of us for 11-player. I think about 15 of us for 8-player. Then there's 7 of us for volleyball. So, I'll go deeper into this. I have a column coming out in Saturday's paper. I'll dive a little deeper into it. My biggest takeaway from the 11-player vote was a quarterback. Nolan Bink had my vote for Dream Team. I kind of knew walking in, okay, it's probably going to go Ian Marla from Iron Mountain as Dream Team and Tanner Turkoff from Menominee as first team. Totally fair. Everything about the meetings for both 11-player, 8-player, and volleyball, everything was fair. There's some stuff to disagree with, yes, but nothing about those meetings were unfair. I want to make that clear before I start getting into this bit. But I felt Nolan was the best quarterback in the UP. And there's a couple of reasons. One, he had, I thought he had the best stats of anybody. And that also includes the fact that he played only the first half, a very minimal second half against Sault Ste. Marie, Alpena, and Grayling. So there were 3 games where he didn't play the full 48 minutes. And he still had, felt the best numbers of any quarterback in the UP. And I made this point too. Some people agree with it. Some people didn't really, buy into it, which, hey, I get it. Iron Mountain and Menominee both made regional title games and had combined to them 1 loss up to that point. Menominee lost to Kingsford by 1. Iron Mountain was undefeated up until their 14-7 loss to Beale City. So you think, look at quarterbacks that got their teams to that kind of stage. Obviously, that has more stock in it. And I agree with that to a degree. But at the same time, those programs are in better shape than Escanaba right now. Those programs are ready to push, ready to win now. Escanaba's trying to build up to that. They're on their way. There was a big growing season for them. And I was just thinking, if you swapped Ian Marla and Nolan Bink, does Marla get 5 wins with Escanaba? Because I think if Bink was still into Oscar King, because they had Alex Jane, who was Mr. Football running back, Iron Mountain would be probably just the same, if not probably a little more dynamic on offense. If you swap Tanner Turkoff with Nolan Bink, I think Turkoff's the more accurate thrower, but I think Bink's the better athlete. So again, you got to ask, how would Menominee look if they had Bink at quarterback, and how would Escanaba look if Turkoff was a quarterback? My biggest point was the situations of the teams are something the quarterbacks can't always control. And I thought Bink, for what he did this year, was phenomenal. He was also the only really offensive player I was able to put up because the stats were spread out so wide. But for me, Nolan Bink had my vote for Dream Team quarterback.
And you hear it here. That's Big Dog's takes on the UP Awards. And like he said, look out for Saturday's paper. He's going to have a column, and you're going to go into some more details about that. Well, congrats again to all of those award winners. You certainly earned it, and give yourself a pat on the back. And again, look out Saturday's paper. Big Dog will dive into that some more. But before we go further, we're going to get into some Big Dog's Big 5 bets.
Woof, woof.
But first, we've got to mention our wonderful continuous sponsor, Pioneer TV and Appliance.
Oh, yes, the great folks at Pioneer TV and Appliance. Folks, for all your game day needs, whether it's a TV or in this case, a microwave, stovetop, surround sound systems, anything you need to make your game day experience the greatest it can be, there's only one place to go in the UP. Hey, made that rhyme a little bit.
You did.
It's Pioneer TV and Appliance. Don't trust any regular John Doe or Jane Schmo. Don't trust any so-called expert. Trust your neighborhood experts at Pioneer TV and Appliance, located at 1116 Lexington Street in beautiful, scenic downtown Escanaba. And if you do stop by, tell them the big dog sent you.
Thank you to Pioneer for sponsoring this episode and so many episodes. Be sure to get over there, shop local. Holidays are right around the corner, folks.
Yeah, especially on Black Friday coming up, man. You got to shop local, right?
That's right. All right, big dog. Let's get into your big 5 bets.
All right, so last week, 3-2 against the spread, 3-2 against the money line. I was totally off with Ravens and Chargers. Tennessee didn't win. Producer Noah called the Titans upset. Good for him. And Indy didn't cover, which is a note we will get to here. So, before we get to updated records, I went back and did the math because I realized the past couple weeks my math was wrong, which is why I majored in journalism and not mathematics at Central Michigan University. Fire up chips. So, against the spread this year, I'm 30, 29, and 1. Moneyline so far, 31 and 29.
Above 500.
It comes out to 60 games. I redid the math. It took some time. I am tired. Anyway, unrelated. Game 1. I talked last week about how the Rams were still young and had to play a veteran-heavy Eagles team, right?
Right.
Well, here they are again. They're at New Orleans, and for some reason, this Rams team is a 2.5-point favorite on a short week. After that game against New Orleans, which is also a veteran-heavy team, and is starting to figure things out after they forced Dennis Allen to the unemployment line. I honestly don't get why the Rams are favorite in this game. This defense is still so young, and they're starting to get worn out a bit. Because fun fact, folks. Rookies tend to wear out this time of the year because you go right from the college games in January to all of a sudden you don't stop working out. You have to go through the combine. You have to go through mini camps. You have to go through, private workouts, pro days. Then the minute they get drafted, it's rookie mini camp. It's training camp. There's no break literally from August of last year until, honestly, you're not getting vacation time off until like January of 25. Mm-hmm. So rookies at this time of year tend to kind of lose a bit of steam. It happens. It happened to Seattle a couple years ago. It's happened. It's going to happen to the Rams right now. Give me the Saints to win and cover 34-30 in a game that's going to bring a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, I was looking at your notes, and I kind of agreed. I don't know why the Rams are favored in this game, but because of my disdain for New Orleans and my passion to disagree with you, I think it's going to be a little bit low scoring, and I think the Rams take it 2017. All
right, game 2 here. So, who would have thought that it's up to the Seahawks and the Cardinals right now in the NFC West?
That's wild.
It is wild. So, Seahawks have a lot to play for, right? What do the Jets have to play for?
Not even pride at this point. I don't even know. Just building on something for next year, I guess.
Yeah, so the Seahawks are trying to get in a playoff point where there's the Jets who appear to be flying with one wing, the bathroom toilet's clogged, the in-flight Wi-Fi is down, and both the pilots are knocked unconscious. And also have to mention Geno Smith maybe wants revenge on the Jets here. And that's just me. Give me the Seahawks to win this one 27-20.
Yeah, again, I don't know what the Jets are doing. What is New York football this year? Let's just say that. But I like the Seahawks, like you said. Geno might want some revenge. He was drafted by New York, and obviously things didn't work out so well there. Give me the Seahawks to win this one as well, 30-17.
All right, now we go to the Morlock parlay. Again, I have two of my buddies help me out with this. The third leg is my pick. The other two legs are my friend's picks. So I just want to preface this before I say this first one and Noah snaps at me. The Chargers are 2-point favorites in Atlanta. I know we talked last week about their defense, Atlanta's defense, how the back end with the secondary is kind of scary.
Yeah.
It really is. But we also kind of mentioned, the front seven needs a piece or two. And, the Chargers are a very physical football team and also boast one of the best defenses in the league with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. And the Chargers kind of playing a little peeled, I think, after last week. It's going to be tight. It's going to be fun. It's going to go back and forth. It's probably going to give Noah some blood pressure issues if I had to guess. But I like the Chargers here in the final seconds, 27-24.
Yeah, I'm a Falcons fan, so I always have blood pressure issues. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that the Chargers are a hot team right now, and like you said, they have a really, really outstanding defense. However, I think Kirk is going to bounce back from not throwing a touchdown in the past 2 games. And then also Atlanta had a bye week, so they got a little bit more rest. So I agree with you, tight, fun. Definitely going to mess with my blood pressure, but give me my Falcons 24-21.
There's a pill for that, right? For the blood pressure issues? There's a pill for that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Leg number 2. We're talking about a kneecap biting team on Thanksgiving that on Thanksgiving things don't always go well. Oh, speaking of things not going well, they played the Bears this week. And, I was talking with someone in the Gladstone game last night who firmly believe the Bears are going to win. It's like, the Bears came so close to winning. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Hate to break it to you. These teams are in two different places this year, like I mentioned with Gladstone and Marquette. Detroit's in the spot right now where they're the favorites to maybe win the Super Bowl. Chicago's in a place where we got to learn how to win a game. There's a huge difference between the two. I think the Bears' red zone defense is going to find success early on, but Detroit's going to win and cover this one. I got the Lions winning 31-13. Thanksgiving Day is going to be happy for the state of Michigan and for Mr. John Varancic.
Yeah, like you said, the Bears, they have come close, but that doesn't matter. And you may have mentioned it, but the defense in Detroit has not allowed a touchdown in the last 10 quarters.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember a couple of years ago when the Lions had the worst defense in the league?
Which year? Because clearly since 2000 until now, there's only 1 year where they were top half of the league in defense.
I think 22 is when they were bottom.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
21-22. Yeah.
So crazy. I don't know how if you are watching football, how you do not have the Lions in the Super Bowl, because they are just monsters this year. I think it's a beat down, and I don't think Chicago gets that much going. Give me the Lions 34-9.
Ooh, okay, I like that. And finally, the third leg, the moral parlay lock, my personal moral lock this week. How many times do we have to say this about Lamar Jackson dominating the NFC? The dude is 23-1 against the NFC, completed 65% of his passes, 5,063 yards, 41 touchdowns to 9 INTs. Look, I like Philadelphia. I really do. I think they're going to be the number 2 seed in the NFC. I think they're going to lose to the Lions in the NFC title game. As of right now, where that stands right now, I think that's how it's going to go. But they could walk into Baltimore this time of year. Baltimore team that is rolling beyond belief. Sure, the back end's a little iffy, but everything else about this team just makes you go, wow. And again, Lamar dominates NFC teams because they don't see him as often as most teams do, like a Pittsburgh or Cincinnati or Cleveland do. So give me the Ravens here to cover. Still going to be a really fun game. But Baltimore wins this one 34-24.
Yeah, like you said, this is going to be a fun one, and you're going to have 2 of the best running backs in the league going head-to-head, and Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of, especially with their quarterbacks too, Hurts and Jackson, there's going to be a lot of run game going on. But yeah, like you said, Lamar's record against the NFC, 23-1. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I say that goes to 24-1 against the NFC, beating the Eagles 30-28.
All right, those are the big 5 bets. Please, let me do bet responsibly. So, Noah, you picked 3 questions, my sir.
Yes, I was gonna say I have 3 this week, but I have 3 every week. So I've got some baseball and football, and they're a little different. I just wanted to do some kind of fun predictions and also some kind of trivia about some different things. So first, I've got 5 notable MLB free agents, and I just want you to tell me where they're signing.
Okay.
First one, Juan Soto. I've got him, of course, going back to the Yankees.
Yeah, I got him going to the Sox. I know you hate that, but apparently that meeting went really well, and yeah, if he's in Boston, like that's the best left-handed bat they're gonna have since Ortiz retired. And I know Noah, you're looking pretty unhappy right now over that take, but it's kind of reverse of fortune from like 100 years ago when the Red Sox sold the rights to Babe Ruth for basically nothing.
Yeah, I guess. You're going to have so many pissed off Yankee fans.
Brian Cashman's seat is about to get nuclear hot if that happens.
Ooh. All right, so we both got Soto going to the East, but of course different places. Next, Alex Bregman. I got him reuniting with A.J. Hinch in Detroit.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Detroit. I don't need a right-handed bat, but I don't think I want to logjam themselves at third base. Because, again, they're focused on getting these young kids up right now. You know.
I think Breggy could also maybe play a little first and DH.
Yeah, but he also had like a 314 on-base percentage last year, which is kind of a red flag, and his walk rate went down to like 8.6. I think he goes back to Houston, honestly. I think they find a way to get it done.
They did say Houston did say that was one of their priorities. So.
Yeah.
This one's kind of I'll save those two. This one from my Atlanta Braves, Max Fried. I think he goes to Baltimore.
Let's see here. Let me think of my teams while fast he's starting your pitching help.
Or, like everybody else, he can just go to the Dodgers. Whatever.
Yeah, he could. I'm going to be surprised if San Francisco's a team. I know they're looking to add a starter. They're just looking to add some pieces because they got a lot of cap space. So I'm gonna go with a wild guess here and just say the Giants. And if I'm right, you owe me lunch.
That's fair. I'm thinking now. I picked Baltimore, but what makes sense to me is the Angels. They always need pitching help. Ron Washington's there. Travis d'Arnaud is there. Anyways, just a thought. Next one I've got seems like he plays for 3 teams every year, and he's a solid bat. Tommy Pham. I've got him going to the Braves. They need outfield help. They don't want to commit, I think, a lot of money. And Pham is notoriously a 1-year deal kind of guy, at least the past few seasons.
Yeah, he's a journeyman, as the kids call it. I think it's Baltimore because I think they're going to lose Santander. I think I said that right. Santander, yes, thank you. See, folks, names aren't easy. I think he goes to Baltimore to fill that gap short term because they're going to need an outfield bat to replace him, and they're not going to be able to keep him on. So I like Pham for the Orioles.
That's a good spot for him.
Yeah.
That's a good spot. Last one, Anthony Rizzo. I toyed with this one, and what makes sense to me is the Royals. They traded with the Braves to get Yuli Gurriel at the end of last season and used him basically the entire playoffs at first base. I don't know if you're bringing back 42-year-old Yuli Gurriel, but what about Anthony Rizzo?
Okay, so 3 teams immediately come to mind. One is Houston, because the Jose Abreu deal that is like milk in the Arizona summer. Detroit makes sense, but it's not going to happen because he's not a right-handed bat. Mm-hmm. He would be an awesome guy to have around Torkelson. He really, 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 really would. But they need a right-handed bat, not a left-handed bat. So I think that's out. I don't think your reunion with the Cubs is out of the question. If I'm being totally honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes like a 1-2-year deal, goes back to Chicago. So
that's a fun one.
Yeah. I'll throw one out there because you didn't mention this name. I'm so surprised. I think Pete Alonso ends up in Detroit.
Really?
Well, here's the thing. The only big contracts they have in the books right now are Javi Baez and Kente Maeda. And they need a power right-handed bat in the worst possible way. So I think Alonso's the best right-handed bat on the market right now. And if you want to make a splash at somebody at a position of need, a 5-year deal at about, let's just do random math here, a 5-year, $125 million deal for a guy that, at least in New York's park, will hit 40, 45 home runs a year. I think if he goes to Comerica, it's 35 to 40. But that's a power bat that they need that can stay healthy and be a consistent power threat. Because they got a lot of good young players. They get on base like Riley Green and Matt Vierling. Parker Meadows look good. Colt Keith's going to get around. But if you want Torkelson to develop the power bat he is, you need someone to protect him. in the lineup, Pete Alonso I think is the best guy for that fitting. So to me, I love Pete Alonso to the Tigers.
That'd be a good fit. I had thought about that one, and there's a team that tends to go out and spend a bunch of money on position players, and then they don't really work out there. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I could see the Mariners sweeping in, trying to get Alonso. But again, they don't have a lot of pieces to go around him.
I could also see Boston walking away with Soto and Alonso, and it causes you nightmares for the next 3 weeks. But anyway, next question.
Next question. All right, this is just a little fun one. Out of the two divisions, the NFC and the AFC conferences, excuse me, which division do you think has forced the most points?
Has forced or scored?
Scored.
I'm going to say the NFC North. I'm probably wrong. But...
You are correct.
Ha! I knew I was right.
And in the AFC?
Oh, jeez. I'm going to say the AFC West.
Incorrect. That was second. North and North.
So are Pittsburgh and Cleveland in that division still the highest scoring offense? And Baltimore, Cincinnati's carrying the weight. Never mind.
Yeah, and that was the second part, which I'll just tell you. Baltimore has scored the most points this year.
Yes.
364. And can you guess who has allowed the most points?
Baltimore's up there, but it's not them. I actually looked at this yesterday. I know Baltimore's allowed the most in the division.
But the whole NFL.
I know, I'm trying to remember who it was. I want to say it's Carolina.
You are correct.
Boom!
Yes. Carolina has allowed a whopping 340 points this year.
They're really missing Brian Burns.
Yeah.
And a bunch of people.
And last question, Big Dog. What are you thankful for this year?
Aw, that's a good question.
And I can go first if you want me to.
Go
I've been
ahead.
thinking about it.
Go ahead.
So I'm thankful for a lot, but I'm going to say I am thankful to my new home here in the UP in Escanaba. I'm very thankful to my new coworkers and what has brought me here, and I am thankful that I think my wife and I will spend many years in this area. So thank you to the community and Mitch and everyone at the Daily Press and everyone I've interacted with in every story. You've all been so kind and welcoming and wonderful to me, and I couldn't ask for more. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. By the way, your nose has a little brown on it. Just a heads up.
Okay.
I had to give you that. I gave you a crap. No, that's nice. No, I'm glad you're fitting here as well as you are, man. I'm thankful for this crazy journey I've been on for the past 5 years now. Like, back 5 years ago, I never thought I'd write again. I sure as hell never thought I'd be in the UP. I sure as hell never thought I'd have the accolades I do. But as crazy as this journey has been, as many miles as I have logged, and I'm not talking just in the UP, I'm talking in general. For everything I've had to sacrifice, like, it's been so worth it. Mm-hmm. So I'm just thankful for every single second of the journey I've been on the past 5 years. The good, the bad, the amazing, the ugly, every single second of it. Of this crazy thing we call life. I'm thankful for it.
Beautifully said.
I'm also thankful for Ghost Energy, which keeps me awake at every sporting event you see me at, because I get very little sleep. But
not a sponsor.
But also, Ghost, if you hear this, I'm a perfect spokesperson because I drink your stuff almost daily at this point. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, so if you listen to this on Thursday, happy Thanksgiving from us to your families. If not, well, I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. And if you're listening to this in a deep archive, yeah, how about... I can't think of anything right now clever to try and predict the future. But, yeah.
How about the Bears upsetting the Lions? Nah, no.
Yeah, I was about to say, buddy, you sure about that? Okay, this would be a good spot to end this episode. So thank you so much for listening. If you haven't yet, if you listen to us on YouTube and you're not subscribed yet, bruh, what are you doing?
I'm coming to your house.
Okay, no, you're not. No, you're not. Be careful when you say that. Producer Noah is not coming to your house. If he does, he's bringing cookies and a hug. He's going to be friendly. He's not going to be violent. It's a Canadian issue. It's a Canadian riot, right? We're friendly about it, eh?
Hey.
Okay. Okay, there's no riots or anything. Okay, so our ADHD is kicking in, which means we need to wrap up this episode. So, for all of us here at the Daily Press, thank you so much for listening. For producer Noah and for myself, the big dog Mitch Vosburg, thanks for stopping by. And as always, keep your stick in the ice.